But then it's like, okay, root canal's done, right? Root canal's down. I survived that. Got the plumbing fixed, got the wall repaired,
You have so
got
many
the bad
problems.
paint job painted, got the current paint job fixed. All good. Everything's fine. Then I'm going to take a second. You guys vamp amongst you. I'm going to send you a photo now, and then we'll get into the next thing.
The thing I love
I'm
about
send
Geoff's
this on
stories
Discord.
is that you forget what problems are happening in the story. There's so many that you forget. I forgot that the dental thing happened.
Yeah,
That
I was just listening then with a smile on my face, and then I just started laughing just because there was more to come. Like, just the way the inflection is like, this is halfway through the list of shit, and I just started laughing at that.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put this photo up. I'm gonna let you guys look at it on Discord, and then why don't you discuss what you think is going on?
Okay. I'm looking at a broom wedged between maybe the dishwasher and the fridge. I assume either the fridge door or the dishwasher door can't stay shut.
I'm gonna say that they're maybe getting into high jump. They're getting into an Olympic mood.
If you'll look to your left, you'll notice a towel on the ground.
Clue.
That's to catch the water leaking from the ice chest that is now my refrigerator. Because the next day, I wake up and Emily comes in and goes, I think there's something wrong with the fridge. Everything is warm. And we go look, and the fridge isn't cool. And so it doesn't feel like it's sealing properly, you know? Like maybe the seal, like sometimes...
That's such a nice fridge.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. So we think like maybe it's not sealing properly because sometimes that fridge the door's heavy. Sometimes it doesn't shut all the way. So we try to push it shut, and throughout the day we realize it's still not getting cold. And then I can't tell if it's sealing or not. So we shove the broom in there. Freezer's working fine, by the way. I should point out that the freezer is working fine. So. At this point, most of the stuff in the fridge is bad. However, we shut it and then we leave it like that for 24 hours. Get up the next morning to see if it was the seal. And I call a repairman. He's like, I'm going to come out this day. So this was yesterday. He's going to come, right? So we leave it like that for 24 hours. Get up the next morning, which is yesterday morning, open it, deconstruct it, open it up, and it's hot as hell in there. And it's like, okay, so the AC is just not working. Open up the freezer. Freezer still works fine. My popsicles are frozen. Everything's looking good there. Shut it. Guy shows up in a fucking Toyota Prius. I thought he was an Uber driver. Shows like a little angry dude shows up, looks at it, and you know how like when you see a dude, look at something and you watch him and you think he doesn't know what he's looking at. Yeah, like he's lost.
When you see the expert go,
yeah.
Huh. You're like, oh, God.
A lot of hmms, you know, and like, like scratching his beard and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this guy is in over his head. He's fucking lost. But I have to like record and film and stuff. So I'm going in and out. Emily's handling it. Then I had to leave or something to deal with a Millie thing. And come back and Emily's like, yeah, so it was, well, first off, the freezer is now, everything in the freezer is now melted because he had the freezer and the fridge open for 2.5 hours while he fixed it. We saw the meat was starting to melt, so we gave it away. We just put it in a bag and gave it away to people before it froze. So it didn't go bad. But so he spends about 2 hours working on it while I'm not home, and then he replaces a fan. Says, "All right, A-okay, problem solved." Shows Emily that the fan is now working. Everything's looking good. Feels that it's cold or whatever. He leaves. It sure didn't feel like it was getting cold. But you think like it's an older fridge and it's a big fridge. You know, it's one of those deep freezes. So maybe it takes some time. And so then this morning got up and not only is the fridge not cold, but now the freezer is broken too. So... So I called him at 6:50 in the morning because I had his phone number and woke him the fuck up. And I was like, you didn't fix it. He argued with me for a while about whether he fixed it or not.
At 6 a.m.
He kept pointing to me that the freezer was working fine, and I kept telling him, "Come to my house and look. It is no longer working fine. You've disrepaired the freezer." And anyway, so it ended with him yelling at me that he'll call me tomorrow. So I've given up on life. I don't care. If it gets fixed, it gets. I have a cooler. I got my Diet Pepsis in the cooler.
You got your towel.
Yeah, I got a towel for any drips. And if he comes tomorrow, maybe he'll fix it. If he doesn't, I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care. I quit. I quit at life, dude. I fucking quit. This is more than a human being should have to deal with in a 7-day period. Not only that, but it's every 7-day period of my life. So anyway,
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
How does so much happen to the same person?
What kind of karma am I dealing with?
Oh, I gotta say, maybe the greatest thing that's ever happened in my life is you buying that house. It's been a complete joy.
Man.
What a time this is.
And it's a nice house. It looks, cosmetically, it's excellent.
Visually beautiful.
So Friday, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go fucking fridge shopping. Of course.
Oh, you've given up?
I've already done a little bit of preliminary fridge shopping, and because I didn't buy this fridge, I didn't put this fridge in the house. I certainly didn't build custom cabinets around it. However, the person who lived here before me did. So what I am left with is a fridge that is a non-standard size. There are 0 fridges the exact same dimensions at Best Buy. There are 0 fridges the exact same dimensions at a lot of places. I have to go to a place that sells expensive fridges. Do you know how much a fridge to fit that space is going to cost?
I'm going to guess $7,000.
You are a little low.
Ooh, $9,000.
$9,000. Yeah, is what those fridges cost.
And you can get a nice,
or
you can
I
get
could
like
get
a nice fancy Samsung with a screen. You get that for like $2,000.
Gavin, I could buy Millie a car so she could wreck that one and not mine. There's a lot of things I could do with $9,000. I could buy a smaller fridge and live with the misshape, live with the weird hole. I could get new custom cabinets built around that fridge. I don't know.
Dude,
I don't want to think about it.
You off? There's no way you're going to live with a big gap around a fridge.
Geoff, you and I share a love of the movie Bottle Rocket. One of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's one of the best movies ever made. I've seen it probably 50 times.
I love it. Now, you're watching of that, seeing it so many times. Did you immediately recognize the repair guy as an Applejack? Like, did it just immediately give you that vibe? Because it's immediately what I thought of. I'm like, just looking at a guy
he's like,
doesn't really know.
I can't do it, man. I lost it, man. And he's like, you didn't lose it because you never had an Applejack.
Yeah. It's Applejack. You hired an Applejack. Dude. And you called him back.
I hired Applejack.
It's great.
So I don't know if Applejack's gonna come fix it tomorrow or not. I'm gonna cancel. I'm not gonna cancel a check, but I paid him $600 I paid him $600, or rather, Emily paid him $600 to break the freezer. So I'd like to at least get that fixed.
I could do that for a lot less.
I want to come in and fix it.
God damn it, man!
I bet I could fix your freezer.
I think I could too.
The last thing I said to you guys, which was in a moment of honest to God pain.
Yes.
Was
I can pull up the text right
I never meant anything as much as I meant when I said, in all seriousness, it's got to let up eventually, right? I'm drowning in content. I am drowning in content, and I would like to not for a little bit.
Drowning in content could mean a lot. That doesn't necessarily mean negative. You're drowning in like just misery content.
You are the content breadwinner. You're you're supporting this triangle.
You've been doing fantastic with your health problems. It's great. As I said in the text, it's like I get Christmas every 3 weeks. A new disastrous thing happens. This week it was like 4 things. This is great.
I like to think too that whenever something happens to Geoff, it means it won't happen to me. Like it was a chance for my fridge to break, but my fridge didn't. Like the coin landed the other way, and I was like, "Whoa,
nice." I hope that's the case, man. I hope that's the case. I got really mad at you two earlier today. I calmed down, but I got really mad at you two because, and this is super irrational, but I was thinking about how you weren't responding to me on text, and then I got it into my head that I was in the middle of being pranked right now, and I just haven't figured it out yet, and that there's some sort of a porta potty-esque prank like lingering above me that I hasn't hit yet, and I was ready to murder you both because I was like, if these motherfuckers are gonna prank me right now in the middle of this, and then I had to be like, wait, that's take a step back. There's no indication of pranking going on right now. You should not murder them yet, and so I calmed down. But god damn, dude,
Can you now technically expense your fridge to the show because it's content?
I wish I could.
Ooh.
I gotta get it fixed. I can't buy a new fridge. I want to get it fixed.
You know what, Jeff?
I need Applejack fix my fridge.
He did. Well, yeah, he broke it. You had a toilet issue. I helped you with that. I think I could figure out something for this. I got you covered. Don't you worry. We'll figure something out.
Somebody did point out that when my toilet broke, you sent me a new full-size toilet. But when my brand new BMW broke, you didn't send me anything.
Ooh. Okay, I'll do that too. I'll add that to the list.
You could have sent me a new BMW.
Yeah.
Full-size, working BMW, like the toilet.
Well, yeah.
I don't even care if it's pink.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. How's Applejack in your fridge? Do you still, or any Applejack updates? Is the fridge broken? What is happening with your fridge?
Yeah, is there still a
freezer?
broom?
Yeah, are you still having to set up like a Home Alone trap to keep your door closed?
Well, this is okay. Well, I eventually was able to get to a to a place to get a quote. So I've gone to the process of getting a new refrigerator quoted out. Now, the price of that refrigerator, we won't get into. This is we're gentlemen here.
Yeah, of course.
But the price, I'll put it in, I'll also say this too. Here's the situation with the fridge currently. It is cold.
Okay.
The nice little Russian man was able to eventually get it working. I have no idea what he did and I don't know that he did either, but we got it working. He led me to believe that it would work for 3 days or 3 months maybe, but not much longer. To fix it properly, he said, would cost $2,600, which seems like a lot of money. Seems like more than most people would pay for a fridge. Let me tell you something. That $26 is a drop in the bucket compared to replacing that fridge. Once again, we won't go into that price.
Yeah.
Wait, when did it become $26? You mean $2,600?
$2,600.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said, $2,600.
Is that what you said?
No, he said it 26 the first. He said 2,600, and then he said 26.
Oh, the second time. I said it twice. 2,600.
Right.
But after he left, and Emily and I decided, do we test using this thing? Do we immediately go buy the new fridge? What do we do? And we said, let's just use it in the short term while we figure this out, because it is a 8-week order on the fridge. Because I don't know if you know this, but it's impossible to get anything in America right now because nothing's been being made for like the last year and a half, and supplies are low. So I can't get so I still haven't ordered the new fridge yet because I can't bring myself to do it. I'll get into that for a second if you want to talk about complicating a life. So I'm sitting right now on a cold fridge that's working today. I don't know what'll happen tomorrow, but a funny thing that did happen, like 2 days after the guy left, and then Emily and I made the decision, let's ride the fridge out for a little bit longer. All the lights burned out in it. So now I got a fridge and a freezer that's just fucking dark as dicks, dude. I can't see shit in it, but they're cold. I just got no fucking lights.
All the lights? What?
Well, wait, how many lights? What are we talking
You
about?
got fridge lights, you got freezer lights. I don't know, they're fucking burned out. So now I can't see shit.
Okay.
Luckily I got lights in my kitchen, so that works. And it's not deep. It's not like I got to go spelunkering to find shit. And also, luckily, everything that was in the fridge and everything that was in the freezer went bad. So it's not like there's anything to see in there anyway. I got some mustard and I got some Popeyes popsicles. That's about and I have a lime Waterloo soda water, and that's fucking it. That's what my fridge is.
Why didn't the mustard go bad?
It's new mustard.
But so does mustard not need to be in the fridge?
I don't know. I don't know. Don't bug me about mustard, dude. I'm just telling you what's in my fridge right now.
I have one question about the fridge. Is the price of the new fridge more or less than the price of a new jet ski?
They're about the same.
And to be clear,
yeah, I could buy a jet ski or a fridge.
The fridge is so expensive because of how large it is, right? That's the issue. It has to fit within a specific cabinet.
Yeah, because other geniuses, friends of mine, they're like, hey, dummy, don't get a big fridge to fit the space. Get a tiny fridge and put it in there. And then I go, yeah, but then I got a half a fridge space around it. And they go, no, that's when you get more custom cabinets built. Yeah. You know how much custom cabinets cost? They cost, well, they cost 3 times more than you quoted, and B, it costs 3 months of your life. I don't want to go I don't want a hole in my house. I don't want another 3 months of cabinet building, this time in my kitchen. Last time it was in a library I didn't use. Now it's in the middle of the goddamn fucking shithole house. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buy a fucking refrigerator, I think. I can't make the decision because I realize the point. If I'm going to spend jet ski money on another refrigerator, maybe I should sell the house and buy a new one. So that's what I got to deal with. Do I buy another fucking house in Austin, Texas, in the worst time in the history of the planet Earth to buy a house in Austin, Texas? Or do I just continue to pump thousands of dollars into the hellspawn money pit that is my home? I don't know, guys. I'm on the fence trying to figure it out. Fridge or new home, help me out here because I don't know what to do.
It has to be pointed out. The kindest thing Jeff maybe has ever done on this podcast is say hypothetical idiots and not Gavin, who made the cabinet suggestion last week. That was Gavin's idea.
I know.
He's the idiot.
No, it wasn't my idea.
You absolutely said you could do new cabinets. 100%.
I haven't stopped thinking about it since he said it. It's the dumbest fucking thing I've heard.
I don't think it's a terrible idea. I mean,
you know how much fucking hell I went through just from you two idiots over the last round of shelves that I had built? You think I'm going through that again anytime soon?
I just thought you're the shelf guy. You love shelves.
You love shelves.
Okay, well, I didn't realize that was my suggestion.
So that's where we are with the fridge. Do I buy a new house or not? I don't know.
The fridge problem is, do I buy a new house? It's fantastic.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Next
Jeff.
question. Last episode we had a lot of callbacks, and I was enjoying it. We went all the way back to episode 1 with the hair. We went back a few times. Do you guys remember? I want to tell you a little story about one of my adventures since we all last spoke was fridge related. Do you guys remember about a year ago? I'm trying to figure out how I want to tell this. Do you guys remember about a year ago when I had some fridge problems and I decided to price out a new fridge, but the fridge was
you had
the price.
Applejack come over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a broom sort of leant against the door at one point or something.
Yeah. And he was able to kind of Mickey Mouse it back together so that it worked, but was like, it's no good, man. It's no good. And I was like, okay. And I went and I got it priced out a new one to fit the peculiar size of my recessed fridge. And it was going to be the price of a new jet ski, not a used jet ski. And then we all laughed about it. And then we decided, I'll put that off because it's the fridge is mostly working. It's working. It's doing like 70% of the things it should do. So that's pretty good, right? It's better than half. The Monday of this week, I was looking at it, and a piece of it broke off, and I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm sick of the shelves keep getting lower because they keep breaking, and I have less and less. So that I have the top part of my fridge is just it's just a lot of open air now.
You can put really tall things in.
Yeah, I can put super tall stuff in my fridge. So I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna go to those people and I'm gonna say, hey, let me go ahead and get that fridge because I know the fridge is working, but it's it's on its last legs, right? So I go to the place and I say, hey, remember me? And they're like, absolutely not. I have no memory of you whatsoever. It's been a year, and I talked to you for 3 minutes. And I was like, that's totally fair. But they were able to find me in their system. And I don't know if you remember, but last time they told me it would be 5 to 8 weeks to get my fridge.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, that's ridiculous. Well, this time I came in, and they said, well, there's going to be a bit of some things have changed since you were last here. And I go, okay. She goes, there's going to be a bit of a wait. And I go, oh, yeah, she told me last time it's going to be like 2 months. And she goes, well, it's running a little longer than 2 months, but that's not the biggest thing. The biggest thing is it's a little bit more expensive now. And I was like, oh, well, how much has it gone up in price? And she goes, well, it's about $2,000 more than it was. I go, okay, all right. that's on me.
That's like
on,
a fridge more.
That's
Yeah,
on me.
that is
Get an entire fridge for $2,000.
It's like an 88. It's like an 88 Corolla, Toyota Corolla. I go, okay, that's on me. But you know what? Better to get ahead of this now than to do it in a year and have it be another $1,000 or $2,000 on top of that. You know, like I don't think things aren't trending in a good direction. And considering like the global supply chain issues and World War III and everything, I feel like shit's just going to continue to get harder and harder to get and more expensive. So I was like, fuck it, I'm getting this fridge. So I said, you know what? Fine, we'll do it. And I said, so what? It's like 2 months? And she goes, oh yeah, right. No, sorry, I didn't get to finish that. It's let me see. Let me put it in. It is, essentially March, the first week of March, or second week of March. You can have it next March. And I said, excuse me? And she goes, yeah, there's about a year. It's about a year now to get it in. And,
Jesus. I might as well order one now as myself, just in case.
Just in case. And I went, are you fucking serious? And she was like, oh yeah. And she was like nice about it, but she was like, I welcome you to go and try to find a fridge anywhere else on earth right now, faster. And I'm like, yeah, I get it.
I could get you a fridge.
And not that it fits the size. And then she goes, oh, well, also this is last year's fridge. Did you want to, you could do this year's fridge. And I went, oh, well, that's a good point. If it's like you have a new model, what's the lead time on a new model? And she goes, let me check. Oh, it's about a year and a half. So if you want to, and I was like, no, we're going last year's fridge, please. So anyway, faced myself hard to the tune of, when it's all said and done, 2 years to get a fridge that I should have bought and $2,000 more. So my stupidity cost me $1,000 a year for 2 years.
So does that mean are they still going to have like a next year's fridge? If the lead time is over a year on a fridge,
I don't fucking know, dude.
They might as well just skip a year. They might as well just stop making fridges.
Yeah. That'll fix the problem. Less fridges.
When you order the fridge, are you fully paid for at this point? Are you locked in? Oh, I
fully paid for it. I sent off the money, and in 1 year, it's going to fly back to me as a refrigerator.
Are you like, you cannot get out of this fridge now? You are now stuck with this fridge. You cannot get a refund for the money you put in. There's no point in which you cancel.
I don't know. I don't intend on putting myself to the back of the line again. So I'll take this fridge with me wherever I go. Like, this fridge and I are bonded for life.
I like the idea of just constantly making sure you're always in the queue, but not necessarily needing. Like, it being in, I'm 4 months into my fridge. I got a dryer 6 months. I don't need it right now, but I can pull out whenever I need to. I'm just constantly in the queue. I don't want to be stuck in the back of the line.
I think now's the time just to get in all the lines. Like, no matter what you need, I'm going to start by a shower, all this crap.
If everybody was smart, they would liquidate their savings account and they would go in and they would put orders on commercial fridges. And then in a year, when they get that fridge in, put it up on eBay like a Tickle Me Elmo and sell it for $10,000 more than you paid for it.
Imagining like Wolf of Wall Street, sell me this pen, but it's like, sell me this fridge, sell me this 10,000, this massive fridge.
What's the word for when you buy a bunch of shit and sell it way more expensive in times of peril?
What did you say?
It's like when people buy all the bog roll and then they start flogging it for like 4 times the price to people.
Oh, price gouging?
Profiteering, that was it. Thanks,
Profiteering.
Nick. Yeah. You're going to be fridge profiteering.
So, do you have a fridge that works currently?
I have the fridge that most of it works, yeah. It still doesn't do the things that it didn't used to do. Like one of the shelves on the side broke off, so I just have one less row again. I'm down to about 70% of my rows, and then of course the lights, and then of course the rusty ice and the water not working.
So if the next time I was at your house, I just broke your fridge as a joke, you would be absolutely screwed.
That'd be quite a joke. Quite a joke.
Lucky for Jeff, he's friends with somebody who fills the need whenever this has happened. There is a plumbing issue in the past, and I came in and I saved the day, and it sounds to me this is another scenario where you might need a fridge. You need a fridge of some kind, a thing that cools items, I guess is what we could say. I think I could do this. I think I could get a fridge for you.
Dude, if William Perry shows up at my house, knocks on my front door and says, I'm here to keep your shit cool, bro, I'll be indebted to you for life. That would be awesome.
William Perry with like a cooler over himself.
He's
Like
got, like,
it's
an
like
igloo
suspenders, but it's a cooler.
Gavin, you don't know who William Perry is because you're British, but he was a Chicago Bear football player who his nickname was William the Refrigerator Perry because he was as big as and kind of shaped like a fridge. And he famously scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl and then became an amateur boxer for a while.
It's a great nickname for a boxer. Was he still the refrigerator as a boxer?
Once you're the refrigerator, you are always the refrigerator.
What's with your fridge? It's just like not a fridge? Like nothing sticks to it and it doesn't make anything cold?
Well, it's one of those like fancy metal fridges where nothing sticks to it on purpose. And it's not supposed to get like smudgy or dirty or anything.
Wait, you bought a fridge that doesn't
No. I did not buy a fridge. I bought a house that contained a fridge.
Oh.
I did not buy this fridge. I would not have bought this 400-year-old GE monogram monster of a fridge that's not quite as big as most of those cool walk-in deep freezer fridges that you see in fancy houses, but definitely bigger than a normal one in just the right way so that there's only 7 models on Earth, and replacement parts for my fridge are impossible because it hasn't been made in 25 years. I would not do that.
I agree. Hey, Gavin, did you know that Jeff didn't buy his fridge? It came with a house. Episode 106. Go ahead.
Huh. Okay.
Did you buy your fridge, Gav, or did you buy a house that had a fridge in it?
House had a fridge.
Yeah. I wouldn't. And my point being, I understand that by buying the house, I bought the fridge, but I didn't buy the fridge. I didn't set out to get this fucking fridge. If I had, I would deserve every bit of Schadenfreude coming my way. But I didn't. I bought a house. I had no idea that the house was going to contain a lemon fridge.
Well, I mean, I assume you walked through the house. I'm sure you realize what the fridge
What's he going to do? Say no to the fridge?
Yeah, I hadn't any time with it.
That would actually be
I
really
didn't know
funny.
it yet.
When you like close on a house, it'd be a very funny specific request of I want you to take the fridge with you. I will only buy this home if you take the fridge.
I will also say this is going to sound like this is not it's not how it went. It's going to sound cooler than how it went down. But I actually did buy the house without walking through it first. I was on vacation in Mexico when it went for sale, and the moment it went for sale, Emily saw it and said, "Look at this house." And I called my agent and I said, "Put an offer on that house." So I had put an offer on the house a week before I saw it.
Well, I feel like I have less sympathy for you now than if you would have went in and evaluated the fridge. You bought a house unseen. You have to that's part of the process.
I've bought TVs where I've been to Best Buy like 10 or 11 times before I pull the trigger on it. And you just go on a place you got to live.
Listen. If the Austin TV market was anything like the Austin housing market, I would take that criticism. However, I tried to buy 10 or 11 houses that were taken away from me by richer people. By the time I got this house, I was desperate. I had to extend my lease in the place downtown an extra 8 months because I couldn't find a fucking house. No, that's not true. I found a ton of houses. I found so many houses. I couldn't get anybody to sell them to me.
I remember being really mad at myself when I bought my first house and I didn't check the attic. Like I didn't go up into the ceiling, and I was like, How did I buy a house with basically without looking at one of the rooms? I was like, I can't believe I did that. But I guess it's not a common thing to walk a house or go to an open house and climb into the loft.
No, but don't you? I've never bought a home, but I feel like don't you hire the guy that inspects everything? And I feel like that's his job to do that.
It's just that guy looks for problems, but it's like I didn't really even know if there was a space. Like you can get like an attic that has like it's full of insulation and you can't really put anything in there, and some are just like completely unfinished and you can fall through the floor. It's like that was an unknown after I had the keys, and I felt pretty dumb for that.
What you're saying is there needs to be a second guy that's just purely there to evaluate vibes. You got the guy that's there for problems, and then you have like a vibe check. I want to be a vibe inspector
and a vibe
so
inspector.
bad. Oh, vibe inspector would be great. Do you have a fridge, Jeff?
Yeah.
Are you still waiting for your fridge? Did it ever arrive?
Well, is it February of 2023?
Okay. I just wanted to check it.
No, I don't. I still have a fridge. I have a fridge that I feel like. Do you know how like sometimes you'll just check to see what's my max iPhone battery at now, and you're like, if as long as it's like over like 95, 96%, I'm still good. I don't need to worry about replacing it, you know. and you'll look and it'll be like, oh, 98% still. Oh, that's cool. I'm still got a lot of good battery life in this battery. Sometimes, like when I got rid of my last phone, my battery was like, your max charge can get to 87%. And I was like, fuck that. I got to get a new phone. I assume, what the fuck was I talking about?
New fridge.
Oh,
New
yeah,
fridge.
my fridge, if I could check, god damn, man, I'm getting dumb. My fridge, I would estimate the max capacity, would if it were an iPhone battery, would be at like 78% right now. And it
In
was
like
probably,
cooling ability?
yeah, just like functionality. And I would say it was probably like in the 80s earlier this year. So I'm thinking by the end of the year, it might be in the high 60s. Like it's I can feel it dying a little bit every day. I'm just hoping against hope that it doesn't die until February.
How many percent a month do you think you're losing?
I think I'm losing 2 or 3% a month right now.
Okay.
And what are you currently at?
I think I'm in the 70s. I think I was probably in the high 80s when this whole thing started, and then I think you know what? Fuck, dude. Maybe I'm in the low 70s right now. Yeah. I think I'm being too optimistic. I think I'm in the low 70s right now, and I could dip into the 60s before the summer's over.
That's how The Last of Us started. That is the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, hey, I have one other thing I'll mention here on my list. It's just because it's real quick. I have
Mind control.
I have an update on my fridge.
Is the fridge here? It's supposed to be February.
No, it's supposed to be February. But I did. The other day, Emily was like, "Shouldn't we have a fridge by now?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll call them." So the next day, I got up and I called them, and I talked to the lady on the phone, and I said, "Hey, I'm the idiot that bought a fridge a year ago and still waiting on it." And she's like, "Not only do I remember you, I have your fridge."
Oh my
and
God.
I would like to give it to you. This coming Monday morning,
No.
they are delivering my new fridge.
Wow.
I am like 4 days away from having my fridge.
Can we
That's
all
incredible.
be there to like greet it? Can we put a ribbon across the front door?
I would love it if you guys are all well. I'll tell you when they're coming over. Everybody, please come for the ceremony. Yeah,
I think we should all stand in a line either side of the door and clap as the fridge gets wheeled in.
I'm all about it. And then for all the inevitable problems, like how it doesn't fit through the door, or like they can't get the old fridge out because the island is in the way, or there's a hole in the floor where the fridge sat for 30 years, or whatever. You guys will be there to see the breakdown of when I lose my fucking mind.
It's the start of a new season. I think we have to restart. Like we have to go into it's a new arc, obviously.
Will that be
when the
season
fridge gets
6?
installed. I believe so.
Season 6 is
That might be a good.
new fridge, new problems.
That's a great tagline. We're set. It's definite now.
I want to come over and film it.
Okay, please do. I'll let you know Monday when they call to give me the window.
So excited.
You got a fridge. I did have the thought the day that you were getting your fridge, I should have sent you a fridge as well. I should have done that. I missed out on a huge opportunity. I don't know if I would have went with the tiniest fridge I could find or like a big cheap one maybe. I don't know. But I had the thought
phenomenal.
of I needed to send to you. I missed out. I should have sent you a fridge.
That's a very funny idea. I do indeed have a new fridge, and it's funny you say that as well because Aaron Romero in Ecom was like, he made a joke. He was like, I guess we need a fridge magnet now that Jeff's got a new fridge. And I thought, what would our fridge magnet be? And I thought the funniest thing we could do is make a fridge magnet of my fridge. And I thought, well, that's probably been done 1 million times. So I Googled it. To my knowledge, there does not exist a fridge magnet of a fridge. I couldn't find one anywhere on the internet. So
There has to
So you're
Might
saying
be
you
a-
want people
might
to
be a
buy
hole.
a picture
might be a
of your
hole in that
fridge
market. Yeah.
for their fridge?
Or even just a drawing of a fridge on a fridge. It just doesn't exist. You can't do it. It's not out there.
Nick wants to see your fridge.
I don't have a picture of it. Well, maybe I do, Nick. Well, maybe I do. Let me look. All right, calm down.
He did an
Well, friends,
Instagram
yeah.
live yesterday where the fridge was heavily featured.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yes.
Here's what I can do. I can send you guys. I'm going to send you guys a picture there. Okay, I got this. All right, here, please don't be too powerful. I got distracted with. I should have prepped this already. I got distracted with other photos. I'll be honest with you. So much has happened in my life in the last couple days. I forgot about the fridge. Here is me in the fridge hole.
That's a big hole.
Yeah, I agree. Takes a very specific, very expensive fridge. Here's one. Here's me. This is better. This is me flexing in the fridge hole.
Oh, did you do a little Sam Fisher in there to like prop yourself between the walls?
No, I didn't think to do that. If I'd have tried that, I would have knocked both of those
You would
shelves
have gone
out.
through the cupboards.
I'd have a fridge and no shelves. And here is a fully installed, fully functioning fridge.
I'll be honest, whenever you have a big problem in your life, like the shelves going up, or a fridge coming in, it's always so funny. And then I see the final result, and it's just beautiful. Look at that thing.
It's a beautiful fridge. Yeah, I'm very lucky. And I got to say, 0 problems. I was so ready for things to go so wrong. It looked like things were headed in a bad direction because when they pulled the fridge out and they tried to tip it over, the fridge was too tall for my kitchen. Like, they couldn't tip it over because it was hitting the ceiling. But they figured out they could take some parts off. And then we had to, slide it into the living room, which has a slightly taller ceiling, and then they were able to tip it there. That was the closest thing to a problem we had. In and out. Probably took them an hour and a half. Lovely dudes. And the lights work in the freezer and the fridge part. It has a water dispenser, and it makes non-rusty ice. It does everything you could ever hope a fridge can do.
So the dispenser's on the inside?
Yeah, it's on the inside, like on the side wall. It's interesting.
Rules.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It
actually, there's a learning curve to it. You have to remove your cup in the right way, or you will shoot water across the fridge.
That just sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's like a bonus.
Yeah.
That's a ridiculously large. Like it looks sturdy. It looks thick. Like if Indiana Jones would have climbed into that fridge when the nuke went off, that would have felt believable. That feels like if a tank shoots that fridge, I don't think it does anything to that fridge.
Dude,
it just looks stainless.
I could easily comfortably fit in that fridge. It's so even though it fits the exact same footprint of the other fridge, it's way roomier for some reason. And the only way I could even think of improving this fridge, as I'm looking at it right now, is if it had a magnet of itself on it.
Is the front door magnetic?
I have no idea. Probably not.
Because mine isn't. I tried to put a magnet on mine, it fell off.
My last one wasn't either. I have a feeling that if we were to buy a fridge magnet of my fridge for my fridge, it would never work.
Maybe it could come with an adhesive to stick your fridge magnet to the fridge.
Like fridge
What
magnet
about
tape.
a fridge magnet sticker?
Like a sticker of a fridge magnet?
Yeah.
You want people to stick a sticker on their refrigerators?
Well, if the magnet doesn't work, what are they going to do? You got to provide alternate solutions. We're about solving problems here.
Do you think there are more fridges that you can't stick a magnet to, or more fridges that you can stick a magnet to?
I think we just give people the option. We sell a fridge magnet and a fridge magnet sticker, depending on the magneticness.
Maybe
of their door.
maybe they just come together. Yeah, it's a bundle deal. It's super cheap.
It's a bundle?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a magnet or a sticker of Geoff's fridge?
I guess. It seems to be where we're going. I mean, it's a beautiful fridge. I was kind of against it initially, but that is a great looking fridge.
Why were you against my fridge?
No, I'm not against your fridge. I was against the idea of a fridge magnet that looked like a fridge. Like I just didn't in my head. Like it was funny, but I know it was great. But it was a beautiful looking fridge. It was
You
a
think it was
compliment
like a
to your
5 out
fridge.
of 10 idea?
I'm not saying it was a bad idea necessarily. I didn't, it didn't pop in my head immediately like some of the other things we've talked about before. But I'm on board now.
Am I right in thinking that this fridge is a month early?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
It was supposed to be there in February. You got it a month early.
It's conspicuously early. And interesting, like I was last week, I was sitting around the house and I was kind of just like, it just popped into my head and I thought, I'm about a month out of getting that fridge. And I started getting nervous. I was like, that was a lot of money. I haven't spoken to these people in like 10 months. Let me call them and just make sure there are no problems. Like this is the moment I'll find out that my fridge fell off of a boat in the ocean or whatever, right? And it's like, yeah, you got a fridge, but it's at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, and we don't know how to get it up, or whatever.
And Harrison Ford's inside it.
Yeah, and Harrison Ford's inside it. And so I called them, and when I called, the lady remembered me easily, like instantly. She was like, oh, I remember you. Yeah, you bought the so and so fridge, and I was like, yes, ma'am, I did. She's a little older, and she was like, I was just thinking of you, and I was like, oh, I'm thinking of my fridge right now. And she was like, did I? She was like, I was going to call you. It just came in yesterday. And I was like, are you serious? She was like, I was just sitting here thinking about letting you know. So for all I know, the fridge has been there for 6 months and they just didn't.
Feels weird saying you got a fridge early that you waited 2 years for. Like that doesn't
a year.
Like I
but
understand
yeah.
what you're saying.
No, I guess I did wait 2 years for it.
It felt endless. Your wait for it.
Yeah.
So for it to show up a month early doesn't feel like early.
It's wild. Also, that like it was such a big thing for so long, and now it's in and it works, and I don't think about it. And I will say, when I come home every night, I say, or whenever I come home, I say hi to the fridge because I don't have a dog to say hi to anymore. But other than that, it's just like it's just like just a part of life now. It's just like I've always had this fridge.
That was
It was very
Such
sad,
a
but we
funny
just
throwaway
passed.
comment.
Yeah, we just passed through.
I was hit with sadness, and it was also like equally funny, and it just cancelled out to be like a. Oh.
Does the fridge have a
I
name,
really wanted to laugh.
or did you just say "What's up, fridge"?
I say hello, fridge.
Okay,
Yeah, I haven't given it a name. That seems weird.
so I mean, saying hello to it in replacement of a dog. I mean, you're
Dude.
already in a weird territory, but
it's as much money as I spend on that fridge. I should be able to say hello to it as much as I want to.
It should say hello back.
Yeah,
It
I really
should.
should.
I need to know if you've put a new Cosmic Crisp in, because that's, I feel like, the real test of differences between fridges. Have you got a new one in there for a year from now?
I did, and I filmed a video of it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
Wow.
filmed a video. I definitely put one in there that day. I think I filmed a video doing it, but I have the apple in. I can send you.
No, not in a bag, right? Like we're
No, not in a
bagless
bag,
this
just
time?
out on its
Okay.
own.
Got
I don't know if I took a photo of that or if I just the video. Yeah, I don't seem to have a photo of it, but I can
That's
take
fair.
one. It just
Oh, it's fine. I'll say the last thing before we move on for fridges, unless you have more to talk about. If,
No, I
for
didn't
whatever
even
reason.
didn't even mean to talk about the fridge. You brought it up.
I'm not. Well, I was curious because it was a big deal. We're all excited, and because it's you, and no disrespect to you, Jeff, we expected your house to somehow burn down in the
Yes.
process of you getting a fridge. Everything goes wrong always.
As did I. Yes.
But if you have to move the fridge for some reason, you have the hole. If you could duplicate the pose from the Jet Li Black Mask poster, that would make me really happy. That's my one request. If you could do
Yeah,
that,
I'll
if you
do
could do
that. I'll
legs both
definitely-
sides and like cool action pose, I'd love that.
I'll
Yeah,
do
that's the
that.
Sam Fisher thing.
Yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll send you the picture with just like my shins going into two pieces of wood, and then the cabinet doors open and my feet dangling on the inside. Me not being able to get out and crying.
Oh, that'd be great. You just make me want it more. I can't wait for this.
So what's the next thing now? Have you got anything else that's waiting to arrive, or are you just going to wait for the next thing to break? Everything's wrecked.
Everything is
The place is falling apart, man.
yeah.
Well, what do you mean by that? What happened?
Well,
What does that mean?
the city of Austin had 2 cold days. And because
Oh, no.
of that, the city died.
Really?
I don't know how else to describe it.
We should say, cold day, it went to -1. It was literally just teetering under freezing. Barely froze, but because it was also raining. Oh,
Oh, it's 1-2.
So essentially what happened, Andrew, is we knew we were going to get some cold weather. I'll say this. I live in fear of Austin freezing because every time Austin freezes, I lose expensive plants that I have to pay to replant. It's because every summer we're in a drought from May until November, and then we get like a 2-week period where it freezes twice, and then everything gets frozen and dies.
Are you at all worried about the status of things like your fridge? If like the power getting ripped up, could that somehow screw up the electrical system in the fridge itself?
No, I don't think
Or like
so.
any appliance.
a power surge.
Like a
just-
surge almost. Yeah, like is this a surge situation potentially?
I'm not worried about that, and Nick and Eric are trying to make me worried about it in the chat right now. They're definitely piling on to the fear. However, what is more immediately annoying is that I just bought a brand new fridge, and one of the nice things about buying a new fridge is you go through the old fridge and you're like, expired. Fuck it, I'm throwing all this stuff away. We're gonna start fresh. New, like new essentials, new ketchups, new everything. And then, and now my fridge has been off for 48 hours. So this morning, for fun, I did 2 things for fun today, just to pass the time. The first thing I did was I got up and I brought my trash can into the house and I threw away everything that's in my fridge and my freezer. That I just spent, the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars of fresh groceries, including the fresh groceries I went to the store Monday night to buy to get ready to be prepared for cold weather, just in case.
Could have just chucked it outside.
I should have chucked it outside. Although then it would have warmed. It's like 40 degrees now. It would have warmed up today, and I would have nowhere to put it back. So, and I'm going to a hotel anyway. So,
we've been looking at this all wrong. I think Austin was pretty warm before Geoff got his fridge. It's an expensive fridge.
It
could be more powerful than we know.
Austin?
I'm just bummed that I had to throw away all my fucking brand new ice cream that melted. I just bought. I had all these brand new microwave pizzas. I was super excited about. I had all I left is bananas and apples.
That's not bad.
No, I like bananas and
Cosmic
apples.
Crisp will hold strong.
Yeah, Cosmic Crisp is the only thing in my fridge right now. Cosmic Crisp and some Diet Dr. Peppers.
You know, this is what we're going to blame it on when it's mush in a year. We're like, those few days when the power's.
Before Gavin gets here, do you want to have a little bit of a merch meeting? I could actually. It'd be great to have your opinion on something.
Yeah,
Tony?
I'll say I missed the most recent merch meeting. I apologize to everybody who I've blown off or missed in the last week. My life has been a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, you're pretty.
So,
You're in a fuck situation. Don't worry about it. Here's what we said with Tony. We said, Tony, merch meeting, want a fridge magnet. A magnet of Geoff's fridge that you can put on the fridge. And he said, okay, do you want it to open? And we said, what? And Tony just sent us this.
What the fuck? We
like
can have magnets that open?
Dude,
Yeah, I guess that's the thing.
We said, if that can happen, we should have one Cosmic Crisp apple in it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Dude, we have to make this.
We
This
have to
rules.
make this. Yeah. That was such a dumb idea, but man, leave it to Tony to make a bad idea good.
Yep.
That's phenomenal. That deserves to be made. Absolutely.
I'm letting him know right now. This rules. Let's do it. So
Let's
we
find
got
out.
that. Yep.
Let's find out how many we have to make, and then we'll just communicate that number to the audience immediately.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Gavin?